Experts say new eThekwini mayor must work hard to restore ratepayers' confidence. The African National Congress ANC says it will announce the new eThekwini Municipality mayor once all internal processes are completed. This comes despite media reports suggesting that ANC members of the parliament, Cyril Xaba, could be the man for the job. However, speaking to IOL, political experts believe the new mayor will have to work hard to restore the city's image and regain ratepayers' confidence. ANC provincial spokesperson Mafika Mndebele told IOL that the party hopes to have wrapped up the process before the city's full council meeting set to have place at the Durban International Convention Centre on Tuesday. The ANC will announce once internal processes are done. The ANC will submit 3 names. We only share one name once the process is finalized, he said. Mndebele declined the comment on whether previous city leadership names would top their list. The mayor's seat emptied following the ANC's deployment of Olisi Kaunda to the National Council of Provinces NCOP. IOL understands that previous Deputy Mayor Fauzia Pierre and former city manager Dr. Michael Sutcliffe's names have been thrown into the ring to assist with governance in the city. Speaking to IOL, Pierre said deployment to any sphere remains the prerogative of the party. It's left the party, we don't decide. If it is a call that has to be appreciated. We solely depend on our leadership. I won't say no to it, but the main thing is that it's left to leadership, Pierre said. I don't generally comment on things like that, added Sutcliffe. Until something happens, it happens, he said. Tough road ahead for new mayor. Political analyst and political science lecturer at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, UKZN, Zakele Ndlovu, said even though political parties have entered into the government of national unity in KZN, the mayoral candidate will most likely come from the ANC. However, there could be a consultation process with coalition partners. He said the incumbent mayor will have to prioritize cleaning Durban. You hold your nose when you walk around the city center. Work will have to be done to revitalize the city. Businesses have left the city and it's no longer an attractive place because of the crime. The main priority is to deal with crime, clean the city, enforce bylaws, and tackle the issue of illegal electrical connections, he said. UKZN senior professor and governance specialist Professor P.S. Reddy said he believed Xaba is an attorney by profession and has quite a bit of political experience. I believe he is basically a likable person and has an experience, but moving into the Durban situation, he has to be very strong politically, firm and decisive. If you look at municipal governance over the last 5 years, I think you'll see it has deteriorated. We need some strong discipline to get the city up and running again in terms of service delivery and the other challenges facing the municipality, Reddy said. He said the first thing the new mayor needs to do is build trust between the council, residents and ratepayers. There's been a serious breakdown in trust if you look at the deterioration in service delivery, especially basic service like water, electricity and roads, Reddy added. He said at one stage, eThekwini was one of the top performing municipalities, able to hold its own against some of the top cities in the world. However, there has been a general decline in government and service delivery. There is serious work that has to be done in that regard in order to gain the confidence of residents and ratepayers, he said. Democratic Alliance DA caucus leader in eThekwini, Thabani Mndebele, said whoever is elected to replace Kaunda must be a people-centered person, not just a person obsessed with putting the interest of their political party first. The collapse of eThekwini is such that we need wholesale changes both politically and administratively, he said. Rise Mzansi becomes 9th party to join governance of national unity. Has announced that his political party has joined the government of national unity being formulated by the African National Congress ANC after the May 29th election. In the May 29 general election, the ANC received its worst election result since apartheid ended 30 years ago in South Africa. The ANC garnered 40% of the vote, losing its absolute majority in parliament. IOA reported on Wednesday that Ramaphosa had officially begun his second term after his party formulated a government of national unity incorporating its decades-old rival, the Democratic Alliance DA, and other parties, including the Inkatha Freedom Party IFP and the Patriotic Alliance PA. Since 9 June 2024, Rise Mzansi has been consulting various political parties and stakeholders to inform our decisions on how best to participate in shaping South Africa's future in a changed political environment, ZP said. In essence, these discussions have involved whether or not to participate in the proposed government of national unity and national dialogue and the implications of either choice. Yesterday, Friday, the Rise Mzansi National Leadership Collective met to discuss a final approach to the government of national unity. The sitting of the National Leadership Collective followed our initial approach, which was to ensure that the first sitting of the National Assembly elected a Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and President to ensure constitutional, democratic, and social stability, ZP added. In yesterday's meeting, the National Leadership Collective decided that Rise Mzansi should form part of the GNU and national dialogue to ensure that the aspirations and hopes of the people who elected us to serve are heard. Through the election campaigns, we were clear and consistent in saying that in our constitutional architecture, the work of Parliament and provincial legislatures is as important as the government executive. In yesterday's meeting, the National Leadership Collective decided that Rise Mzansi should form part of the GNU and national dialogue to ensure that the aspirations and hopes of the people who elected us to serve are heard. Through the election campaigns, we were clear and consistent in saying that in our constitutional architecture, the work of Parliament and provincial legislatures is as important as the government executive. South Africans deserve legislation and a high quality. Earlier this month, the Star reported that CB's Rise Mzansi survived the controversy regarding the party's funders, the Oppenheimers, and gainers to seat in the National Assembly and 1 seat in the Gauteng Provincial Legislature. And that's it from INJIBS Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.